Well, the Living Museum is, I conceive of it as an art asylum. It is a place where mentally ill people can come and do what they do best, which is art. And at the same time, it is part of Creedmoor Psychiatric Center, which is a state-operated and state-owned facility in Queens, New York. And I mean, what the Living Museum is a long story. The history of the Living Museum goes back to 1983, 84, and it started with one good idea, which was to bring in a fairly well-known artist and practicing artist, my friend Bola Grecinski, who was a painter and a sculptor and a filmmaker. I convinced the director of the hospital to hire him and hire him as an artist, not as a therapist, not as a recreation worker, but to acknowledge that he's an artist and give him enough breathing space and enough freedom to do whatever he wanted to do. And we secured a building, and we had very soon a group of artists working together with us, fixing up the building and exhibiting, basically. We had our first art exhibit within the first 2 weeks.
About a lot of things, more complex. And I think really helping to reduce the stigma is a very, very important piece of the museum. The strength, I think, is really the value it has in each artist's life to help them feel better about themselves. It is actually run pretty inexpensively, I have to say. Considering what it produces, I think it's run on a very small budget, to be honest with you. We have Janos, who's full-time, a part-time music therapist, and a part-time rehab counselor that works. Not a lot of staff.
It's like breathing. It really is. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have the ability to draw or paint or write or sketch or I'd be lost. And it's also a thinking process to be around other artists, take ideas from others, give ideas to others, the give and take of the artistic process. And I don't know where I'd be if I didn't have this program in my life.
My experience has been that all mentally ill people, and this is my message to the world, all mentally ill people are creative.
The therapeutic effects that I've seen have been very, very impressive. We've had people who have started out in the Living Museum as inpatients, have then moved to supervised living in the community, and then some of them moved on to their own apartments. So they've really made a tremendous journey of recovery using the Living Museum all the way along.
Where it becomes therapeutic, even in the traditional sense of the word, is when an identity change occurs. Once you are a traumatized person, the first thing that happens is that your identity, your central identity, is that of a mental patient. And so when you get up in the morning and you go to wherever you think of yourself, oh my God, I'm a mental patient. See, and the changing of that identity is so important. So that you are thinking of yourself as a poet, as a video artist, as a painter, as a sculptor. Once you have that identity, is so much better. You create that identity basically by creating a space like that, by guaranteeing that you show the work, by guaranteeing an audience that comes, by guaranteeing publications, movies, etc., to the artists, that you become a real artist. So it's not a false identity.
All the clients are like family here. We make coffee in the morning, Sometimes I walk in, I get 3 or 4 hugs even before I walk in the door, because everybody's good people here, We're like a big family.
All you doctors are the same. Add numbers to my name is Jesus Christ.
I think of the whole thing as an art project, as a single art project. And as a single art project, all the parts of it add up to this incredible sort of social, aesthetic, psychological experience for the viewer and for the participants.
We should break down these silly barriers between cultural institutions of, or places where art is created by artists who have very little social contact, or are somehow isolated with the larger in the larger social context, and break those barriers down and introduce it and invite them into the larger idea of showing art, into exhibiting art. So it was all part of this.
You don't find a place like this that easily anywhere. I don't think any museum is as exciting as our museum here. I don't think any gallery that you go to is so attractive as this place. In fact, I don't think any place is as attractive as this here. I truly believe it. I love to come here. I love to work here, and so do other people too. Everybody here wants to be here. So my hope is that you will have a mushrooming of living museum and art spaces, living art asylums all over the world.